Welcome back, students of the University of Arizona Global Campus. Welcome back to HCM 650. And in HCM 650, we are researching, investigating, and reporting out on managing a global and diverse workforce. And here we are in week three already. I want to just stop and take the time to let you know how impressed I am with your work. Congratulations. Thank you for the rigor. Thank you for paying attention to the details, and thank you for getting it right. I've been teaching here at Arizona University Global Campus here for a little less than a year, and I'll just have to give you a spoiler alert. This is my best class since I have been teaching here at this university. So I am quite impressed with your work. Please keep up the good work. Here we are in week three already. And in week three, we're going to look at global performance management. So, in this particular module, we're going to look at structuring global coordination, building social architecture, and then finally roll that up under global performance management. At the end of this module, you should be able to explain how lateral steering groups might be incorporated to help structure the global coordination in a transnational firm. You should be able to posit some recommendations of a strategy to support equal employment opportunity commissions and their directives that have cultural and strategic implications. And then finally, explain why performance management systems are different in different countries. Of course, you have a very robust lecture that I'm going to obviously recommend that you read, as well as reading the textbook assignment this week. You're in chapter 5. It provides an overview of the influences of human resources, as well as the people, the cultural factors in regards to a global environment. You've got a couple peer reviewed journal articles, again, Success by Steering Committees and Readiness of India Inc. for Modern HR Practices. I'm always going to recommend that you read the lecture, that you read the chapter readings, that you read the peer reviewed journal articles before you start your discussion board posting, before you start your critical thinking assignments. Okay. So, in your first discussion board assignment here, you are actually going to, again, read chapter 5, and you're going to read the article Success by Steering Committees. And then you're going to answer the prompts. And these prompts include identifying two challenges of these lateral steering committees. Then you're going to discuss one of the four critical operational domains of these committees. And then finally, you will explain how you would incorporate the lateral steering committee into a transnational firm. And of course, you'll do all of that in a minimum of 300 words. Remember to support your postings with uh, peer review evidence, and that could include articles from the peer review journals that you're reading and citing. Obviously, chapter 5 of your textbook or any other academic textbook. Information coming from .gov, information coming from .edu. Those are your four gold standard scholarly sources that we use in academia. There are other sources that are credible that you can certainly use. You just don't want to substitute those for the requirement of a scholarly article. And then you've got your second discussion board posting here in week 3. You're going to continue on with your reading of chapter 5, but in this case, you're going to do some research on women in the workplace, particularly in Asian countries. So, some of you, your model country may be an Asian country. You can feel free to use that country. For others of you that have non Asian countries for your signature assignment, you can feel free to pick any country within Asia for this discussion board posting. And you're going to analyze the differences in attitudes between the cultural and strategic perspectives related to hiring women. And then you're going to make some recommendations to support a strategy for EEOC directives. Remember, that's a minimum of 300 words, and you're going to have your support there with the peer review evidence. And then finally, here we come to your assignment in week 3. It's a global performance management assignment. It will build upon your previous assignments. And so if your similarity index is a little high, I want you to go in there and drill down. And if your matches come from your references and maybe from your section headers and other peripheral information, then you'll be perfectly fine there. Don't be alarmed if you happen to see a high similarity score. So in this assignment for week 3, you're going to explain the elements of the global performance management and how it relates to employee retention, best practices within the foreign country that you have selected. So prior to the assignment, please make sure you're reading the article, Readiness of India, Inc. for Modern HR Practices. And then in the paper itself, in your actual assignment, you are going to discuss 3 best practices for managing performance in the global market for the country you have selected. You want to identify at least 2 employee relation strategies based on the best practices, and then analyze at least 2 challenges that are either directly or indirectly related to the communication channel. And then, of course, you're going to go ahead and submit that to Waypoint. Again, just kind of want to remind you there of the requirement for the peer review references there. Please make sure your references are coming directly from the course textbook, from peer-reviewed journal articles, ideally the ones that are associated with the course, but it is okay if you go to the university library and get current peer-review articles published within the last 6 years. Remember, any information that's coming from a .edu or a .gov that's not a blog is also considered a gold standard scholarly source. Okay, that's it. Some of you have reached out to me via emails with your questions, comments, or concerns. I welcome that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. Now, at the end of this module, we will technically be at the halfway point of the course. So please make sure you're building up a strong momentum as we go through the halfway point, and you're building that momentum to have a very strong finish in the course.